It sold out in 45 minutes. Iowa can't wait to celebrate Caitlin Clark homecoming. Former Iowa women's basketball coach Lisa Blutter remembers the exact moment she saw Caitlin Clark's game make national news for the first time. It was February 6, 2022, and the Hawkeyes were stuck in the airport after a sobering loss to Michigan in Ann Arbor. It was a game where Iowa was down by as many as 22 points and, at points, seemed insurmountable. With Clark, though, it wasn't truly over. The sophomore took over the game in the fourth quarter, scoring 21 points and making 4 three-pointers over 6 minutes. Every three seemed like it was going to be a heat check. Each time, it went in. At one point, she pushed her way through all 5 of Michigan's defenders for a layup, causing the Iowa bench to throw their hands up in disbelief. Clark ended up scoring 46 points that night, setting a Chrysler Center record and a new career high. It was a loss, but it got what the young superstar thought was something even bigger, a spot on SportsCenter's top 10. The Hawkeyes stared at the airport TV in awe as they saw Clark's efforts broadcasted on national television. Coach Blutter wasn't even that mad that we didn't win. She was staring at the TV like, "Oh my gosh," Clark told David Letterman on My Next Guest Needs No Introduction. Everybody was just kind of in awe. Even I was like, wow, we're on SportsCenter. We made SportsCenter top 10. Blutter remembers it slightly different, but she knew it was the start of Clark's superstardom. And they were witnessing it in real time. We could see the ESPN replays going on, but I remember being a little more disappointed than she does about the loss because obviously you're going there to win, Blutter told IndyStar. But also, I was just amazed at the way that she brought us back and gave us an opportunity to win that game. That's when it really did start to explode, because then all the men's basketball players and armchair point guards were all of a sudden paying attention to what was going on. ESPN's cameras will be back at Carver Hawkeye Arena on Sunday as Clark brings her Indiana Fever to Iowa City to face the Brazilian national team in a celebration and thank you from the state she gave so much to. Clark became a household name what seemed like overnight after that Michigan game. The Hawkeyes recorded 3 sellouts in 2022, including when they hosted the first 2 rounds of the NCAA tournament in Iowa City. By the time Clark's junior year came around, she was a household name. The curtains, which blocked out unsold seats at Carver Hawkeye Arena, were permanently up. Fans came from near and far to see the Hawkeye sensation, who was on her way to becoming the undisputed National Player of the Year. It was even international, people were coming from other countries to watch her, Blutter said. There were newspaper reporters from France coming to interview and talk about her. It wasn't an Iowa thing, it wasn't a Big Ten thing, it wasn't a Midwest thing. It really was a national phenomenon. It's fun to be a part of something like that, right? I mean, it can be tiring, it can be pressure-filled, but it's also a lot of fun. It was something special with Clark, too. Not many players, in the men's and women's game, had the amount of juice she did. Not many players could garner those constant sold-out crowds, home and away, as a college player, and help set higher and higher viewership records. It had to do with her game. Of course, her long-range three-pointers and crafty, no-look passes drew a lot of people in. But what made people stick around, Blutter said, was the type of person Clark is off the court. I think it's her style of play, and I think it's her relatability, Blutter said. I think people can really relate to her just because she is so honest and she's humble. People really can relate to that and they want to get behind that. I think we've had great role models for women, but I think Caitlin's popularity took it to a whole other level. It also had to do with her loyalty to her hometown team. Clark, who grew up in Des Moines, chose Iowa over other potential college destinations, including Notre Dame. She played in the time of name, image, and likeness, and in an era where players could transfer freely as many times as they wanted. Surely, Clark had interest from some of the women's basketball blue bloods. Through all the fame and sponsorship deals, that was never something she considered. She wanted to be successful, but not without her hometown Hawkeyes. That's not Caitlin, Blutter said. Caitlin is a loyal Iowan, and it never entered my mind that she would leave. Never. And we never had that discussion. I just don't even think it was on the radar. I just think that would have hurt her brand a little bit, but I don't think that's why she did what she did. She really enjoyed playing in Carver, being a Hawkeye and representing our state. Now, Hawkeye fans are rewarding the loyal Iowan and two-time National Player of the Year with a sold-out WNBA game at her alma mater. Blutter, who is returning from an international vacation on Saturday, is making sure she gets back in time to see her, too. "I mean, it's sold out in 45 minutes, Blutter said. "That's how much enthusiasm there is to watch Caitlin playing again in Carver."